You are now listening to the TuckersDaily Podcast with your hosts, LJ and Tiffany Tucker, a house that is united unless we're talking football.
Yo. And we're back.
We are back.
Back with another episode.
Yes, we are.
And today is going to be a very interesting one.
We
an interesting
are doing
episode.
the Week 6 recap.
We are doing the Week 6 recap, babe. And
why is it going to be interesting?
because once again, I'm still not picking them like I want to.
Oh, you did good this week.
I'm not picking them like I want to.
All right, so tell the people where we at, where we stand, where our picks are.
I'm gonna let you do it. You know, you always like to brag and give you your
I've
points.
been doing it the
So
last
I only
couple
gained
times.
2 on her. If you
Okay.
noticed last episode, she was up on me by 7 wins. And with all the craziness that happened this week, which you all know if you watched the games, there's a lot of good teams that lost to some teams that they shouldn't have lost to.
Yeah, in your benefit.
That happened. Yeah, that was in my benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And some teams that I thought
he took the points on most of those games.
did be a lot better than what they did. So with all that said, I only was the game 2 on her, so I'm only down
but
5.
that's also a good week because you gotta think. I'm still also predicting, so that means
That is
I
true.
didn't have a good week because it does seem like okay, well I'm still down 5, but you actually, if I did a good week, it would have been more.
It would have been more. So
yeah, so I'm just saying, in retrospect, it is a good week for you because you decreased the lead instead of it growing.
So Team LJ, we slowly climbing back.
Slow creep.
Hopefully the Broncos can take notes from this and slowly come back.
gosh.
But not to bring my team.
Don't
in.
bring that up.
Without further ado, let's get into these games.
All right.
So first game,
London.
London.
We had a game at
Lord, meet me
9:30 in
in
London.
I don't know the words, but
Is that
is the song.
I think that's good. Okay.
All right. So Baltimore played Tennessee. If you guys was able to wake up after your long Saturday nights, because I know y'all were having a good Saturday night, it was a game that came on at 9:30 in the morning, and Baltimore did that thing against Tennessee.
They did. I lost that one because I picked Tennessee.
She did.
I just because Baltimore how they play, I thought that
Yeah.
I thought they would keep it close. I
Yeah.
thought Baltimore would win, but I just thought Tennessee would keep it close. I don't know what's happening with Tennessee. Tannehill, 8 of 16, 76 yards, 1 interception,
That's horrible.
no touchdowns.
That's horrible.
Like, what?
That's horrible.
What?
That is, yeah. I
That
agree.
that is worse than a high school stat.
It is, and I don't know if
A high school QB?
these long term. Like, what are you doing out there? Like,
Well, he just hurt himself, so I don't even know,
yeah, but honestly, if you got a running back like Derrick Henry, he's literally getting minimum 20 touches a game. Because I think
really got 12
he
carries.
got 12 carries, but I'm
This
saying
game.
he will be my focal point. Because now I will have the defense key in on him. Then boom, now you got D-Hop. Now you got Traylon Burks. You got the tight end.
Which are not
Aquan.
doing anything
Which are not
either.
doing nothing. But I just feel like they need to get some kind of identity. If they're going to be a running team, they're going to be a passing team. But
Yeah.
I think the defense is not that bad. They're good enough to keep them in the game. But switch gears over to Baltimore. I don't know what. If it wasn't for Lamar Jackson, like I've been trying to tell folks, I don't know what they have.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't gonna put words in my wife's mouth, but I raved about the Ravens.
I thought they were going to be
okay. I thought they were
nice.
gonna be really
Well,
good.
for one, you don't have freaking no receivers doing anything. Zay
Facts, and
Flowers
I thought they
is
actually gonna have something.
not doing much. What do you have? He have 6 receptions, 50 yards.
And he got his first touchdown. But
Odell
it's like,
Beckham, 2 receptions, 34 yards. Like, come on.
I think-
There's nobody on that team really doing much.
Odell said, and I'm just putting words in his mouth. Odell said he ain't gonna play until they make the playoffs, I guess, because Has he showed up for any game?
I thought you said he said that. I'm about to say, in what world?
Yeah, I'm just saying. It seemed like he hasn't showed up for a game. Like he hasn't had one of them Odell games where he just explosive.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's had an Odell game explosive for a minute. He might have had one when he was with the Rams, but that was it.
Yeah. And it's I'm not knocking him. He's a good receiver, but he just I don't know. When we talk about decline of a player, it's like he has decline. He used to be one of the receivers you were scared of.
I try to tell y'all. I think that we thought also, I know for sure, I thought Zay Flowers was going to be one to watch, and he really is not doing much either. I don't know if it's the play calling, or I don't know if they just not doing well. I don't know, but I do think Baltimore, 4-2, so it's not a horrible record, but it's like nasty wins.
Facts.
Nasty wins.
And it's like, oof.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, but anyways, he won that one.
I won that one.
We'll see how things go with Baltimore.
We need to come on, Baltimore.
What's our next game? We got the Falcons.
The next game we have
and Commanders, right? Falcons and Commanders. So
go ahead, baby. You explain what you think of that game because
we both picked the Commanders, and we were both right to pick the Commanders. Desmond Ridder. The funny thing is he didn't play horrible. 28 of 47, 307 yards. Well, let me say something. He did play bad because 3 interceptions to me is
Desmond
bad.
Ridder.
But we also know a lot of people threw a lot of interceptions this week. But he seems to be throwing a lot more. Not as accurate, but throwing a lot more. You can say what you want about him. I think they're not gonna leave. They're not gonna switch. Desmond Ridder is gonna ride with them for the rest of the season. He might not be there next season, but he's gonna stay there.
What's your favorite piece of cake?
I'm
going somewhere with this.
I don't like cake.
All right, we're just gonna say a nice piece of chocolate cake.
Ew. I don't like chocolate.
Vanilla cake. Whatever. Your favorite piece of cake. That's what he reminds me of. A cake. It tastes good, but we all know it's bad for you. I think that reminds me of his play.
How so?
Because he does just enough to be like, okay, he's good. He could be good. Like at home, he's like, ooh, okay, I can rave about him. But we know he's not the answer. He's not the key. That he's not like a piece of cake. It's not good for you, but we eat it. And I think the problem with it now is like Desmond Ridder is in there. Mm-hmm. And he does good enough. You be like, I can't really take him out because he's not doing horrible. Like his numbers, look at his numbers. He has minus 3 interceptions. He threw 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. He moved the ball, but then it's like that bad for you where he'll throw that interception in the crucial spot because they still had a chance to come and tie the game twice. Yeah. And he threw an interception in a bad spot.
Yeah, but you're throwing an interception to lose your game, so you can throw 307 yards. But if you throw 3 interceptions, it's still bad because I'd rather you throw 150 yards and 3 touchdowns like Sam Howell.
That's true. And I can't really, I like I said, like a piece of cake. He just it's good, but it's good for you. And it's like, is he the quarterback for them? Because at the end of the day, they're still in the position to win.
And also, I think maybe it's the play calling too because they're not running the ball as efficiently as they should be. Which you have 2 good running backs. Matter of fact, you got 3 good running backs.
Because Cordell Patterson was the starting last year. And he's back healthy.
You are.
I think.
13 carries.
Yeah.
And 37 yards with 13 carries.
And you have one, and he's probably top 5 running backs if you ask me just from skill set.
How is that even happening? How do you get 37 yards only?
I know they mentioned it. They trying to do a load management.
Yeah, I heard that. But
at the end of the day, it's like
you got to put your best players on the field.
True. But if you're going to do that, still be efficient with it. Because you got, like you said, you got Tyler. Tyler is really good.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's not getting a lot of yards either. So you got to do something. You just can't do load management and lose.
That is true.
Because you're doing load management to save him for the end of the season. You're not going to have no end of the season.
Touche. You're right. And you're right. You're right.
But, I will calm down. I think the Falcons could be better than what they are. I don't know. I'm thinking also coaching and play. I don't know. The coach was pretty upset with Ridder in this game.
He was upset.
All those interceptions. So I don't know.
And it may be more to go into that, because maybe his decision, he wants to sit him down, but he got other coaches and probably higher ups telling him, let's give him another chance.
I think we should try it to see how it works out.
I think so too. You had a point.
Just to see what's going to happen.
What's the worst that can happen? Try Tyler out. Try Heineke out. If Heineke don't pan out, then at least you know what you're going to do going forward.
Yeah.
You know? So
we'll see.
Commanders played a good game. But like she said, we both won that game because we did pick Commanders.
They played a good defensive game for sure.
They did.
They showed up for defense this game.
They did.
Kudos to them.
Sam
Howell doing all right. Not spectacular, but enough to keep them in the game and to get them to win. So both teams have the same record, 3-3, but Commanders pulled it out.
Yep.
And Falcons lost at home. So
their first loss, actually.
Yep.
So
all right, next game. Vikings and the Bears.
Boy, when I tell you pulling your hair out was a thing, this is where I did it. Man, this game was disappointing. But to all the people who watched the game, you will understand what I'm about to say. The Bears need Justin Fields.
And they need a new backup quarterback. He's not it. What's his name? What is it?
Baggett?
Bagnett? I don't know. He is not it. That has to be the worst.
And I'm going to put...
Oh, maybe it's not the worst.
No, I ain't going to put it worse on him. Because I probably some out there is worse.
I blame the coach.
But I still blame the coach. I was going to say...
Don't put a rookie quarterback in the game and initially give him passing plays. You need to get him warmed up. Let him pass it off to a run. Y'all got him in there. The first play was a pass play, and then he fumbled. Like,
you're right.
You set him up for failure.
And then you know you are already injured in the backfield. So you got running backs that's in and out that usually are not the starters. The first play, like she said, you do a play action. You have a running back in there who looks so lost. Big man coming right up the middle. Running back missed him. Didn't even touch the big man coming in. He fumbles. They pick it up, scoop and score. That was the first play of his NFL career. Now, granted, he came back and got him a little quarterback sneak. But then at the end of the game, you're still throwing. And you really wasn't out the game.
Underthrowing,
throwing an interception. So it's like, I can't blame the young man, but y'all need Fields.
You need a new backup. I don't...
Or he need to go back.
If Fields can't play next week, it's gonna look bad. I mean, I don't know. The season already tanked. If you ask me, 1 to 5, don't come back from that.
Yeah.
So maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and maybe y'all are doing this on purpose. I'm not saying it. I don't hope not, but because y'all know y'all got the first 2 picks in the draft, so maybe y'all are tanking. I don't know, but y'all need to. Yeah.
And in Minnesota. Not good either. I don't know. I didn't think Kirk Cousins was this bad. I don't even think he's that bad. It's just that I don't know what's going on with that team.
You know what it is? My opinion, they can't run the ball. At least when they had Dalvin Cook, they can be able to run the ball. So when Justin Jefferson's not the focal, they was able at least to run a little bit. They not run the ball at all. No touchdown. Running back's not even getting over 50 yards. And you putting all into Kirk Cousins' hand.
Yeah.
And you know that ain't gonna be successful because he's not that type of quarterback. He needs help. It's not like he go out there and run around for his life,
Yeah.
He needs help. And then without Justin Jefferson, who else getting open? So now the next best receiver is Addison. And I take him out of the game, and who you got? Hockenson? Take him out, and you got nobody. Hockenson is good though. I'm not gonna knock him, but it was more of a defensive win, but
I think I don't know. I don't know what to think about Minnesota. Their season's pretty much over if you ask me.
Yeah,
so they're just playing.
They're just playing.
You're right. At this point in the season, I start picking people off that at this point is over.
That's a good way to look at it. You got to start writing people off.
And Chicago and Minnesota are 2 that I'm writing off.
Yeah.
No coming back for you.
No coming back.
And
honestly, these are 2 teams that probably are going to go into a rebuild stage.
And if I was them, I would just be playing some of my rookies, see who I can keep.
I agree because Kirk Cousins last year with them
can't do no worse than he's doing already. Might as well go ahead and see what kind of talent you got on the roster.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was that game. Next.
So next game, another interesting game. Oh my God, we have
Seattle Seahawks and Cincinnati Bengals.
2 teams that's allergic to the end zone. That game, they act like they just didn't want to.
I'm going to say it here first.
Yeah, please.
I was all on the bandwagon for Seattle Seahawks. I thought they were going to come out here and be a whipstick of the season. Geno did so well at the end of the season last year. They got the new Jigba or something like that.
Yeah.
Metcalf, Lockett, they added some stuff on defense. So I really thought that they were going to be something. Like, I thought they were really going to do something.
Yeah.
They're not doing horrible, but they're definitely not living up to, I think, the talent they have on their team. I don't know what's happening with Geno Smith. I mean, he is still getting a lot of yards, so it's like, okay, but he's also another one who's throwing a lot of interceptions.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, you throwing 300 yards, but you also throwing 2 to 3 interceptions per game, and you can't do that.
You got to clean that up. You can't win like that. Not in the NFL. You can't win like that.
You throw more interceptions than you do touchdowns, then you out of my book.
Yeah. He need to tighten that
and
up.
I put him as one of the top 5 quarterbacks, and he's nowhere near playing like that.
Yeah, I have nothing to say after that. That's you said it. That I agree. And since you tackled the Seahawks, I'll tackle Cincinnati. I don't know Cincinnati. I know they're trying to find their own. They are over 500 now. They 3-3. They're not completely out, but it's still, they got a lot of stuff they still need to tighten up on. They not the offense that they used to have where they scoring 30 points. But
which is partly, I feel like, Joe Burrow too, because like, you're the highest paid quarterback in the league. You need to be playing lights out.
Yeah.
I guess maybe you were hurt, but now you're supposed to not be hurt. So like, come on, like,
that's true.
You playing.
That is true.
Very mediocre. Like, this is supposed to be all year to go to the Super Bowl, but it is not looking that way at all.
It don't look like it. And honestly, I can't. You're all right. It's him. I can't blame the receivers. Jamar Chase is doing his thing. He is, like he said, he's open. He is open. They just got to figure that out, because when it starts getting to crunch time and getting close to the playoffs, are they going to be that contender? Because we usually see them in the running, but how is looking like? Ooh.
And for the life of me, I don't understand what's happening. It's a constant theme around the NFL that all the top running backs from last season are playing so bad.
It's that meeting they had.
It's been a complete decline in their production.
That's accurate.
Derrick
and
Henry.
It's like, that's
Josh Jacobs.
They're
Joe Mixon. The only person I feel like is really still taking the charge is McCaffrey.
Yeah. I like the little boy at Chain.
No, he's new.
He's new.
I'm talking about all the people who are top 5 running backs. Which one's still doing good in the league right now this season? No one had Montgomery on a top 5, so to quit it.
Yeah, he's not top. I mean, he's a good runner, but he's not top. You may be on to something, man.
Exactly.
You may be on to something. Wow. Like, I never really thought about that. There's nobody who's on the top of the top are actually doing that good this year. And the one that usually always on top, he got hurt with a season-ending injury with Chubb. I'm going to go ahead and put his name out there. But there's no running backs out there, really.
Right.
That's actually, I mean, we know who's doing good, but they actually are young. Like, you got.
It's like the young new ones that's trying to make a name.
Name for themselves.
So none of the ones that were in the top 5. Name me anybody who's in your top 5 running back before the season started that's doing really well right now.
Yeah. Really nobody.
Exactly.
They either hurt or they ain't doing good.
Right. So.
That's interesting. That's an interesting fact he just put out there, because like I said, beginning of the season, they had that meeting, and it was with the top running back. They had that
coalition.
Meeting. Hey, that's something to think about.
We limit our production, and we'll see how they like it.
You're right. That could be very well.
We don't like it.
The viewers,
we don't like it.
And if y'all do any fantasy, I know y'all fantasy owners out there are thinking the same thing we just said. Because y'all go and draft these running backs, and let's just say CMC wasn't on that call. But anyway, let's move forward to the next game, which is
San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns. Let's give a round of applause to the Cleveland Browns right now. They have taken the 5-0 team and have defeated them, right? So There is no defeated teams in the league. And one of the undefeated teams, there are no undefeated teams in the league. And one of the undefeated teams got their butt whooped. Well, not got their butt whooped, but they got beat. San Francisco. Take it away. Baby.
I like Brock Purdy. I'm going to start by saying that. I like him.
Brock Purdy.
And I'm not gonna sit here and act like he's not a good quarterback. But he definitely showed that he is a product of the system. I hate to say it, but it showed that because once his two weapons went down,
opens the playbook up for him.
Yes. He was making some throws that was like, whoa, what are you doing out there? Like,
12
I found
of 27.
Y'all literally was exposed. Now, granted, I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, we still had a chance that the field goal kicker would have made it. But really? Is this y'all impressed with this? Because you play against Cleveland, who didn't even have their starting quarterback. And hats off to PJ Walker, who did a good job, but this is Cleveland, and I know Cleveland got a top 5 defense. We all know that. But you also the 49ers, who have probably the top defense and the top offense. But CMC went down. I guess y'all momentum went out of the way. Debo went down. Your momentum went definitely out the window. Kittle was silent, as usual. He has one great game. We think he's the best tight end, which he's a great tight end, but he just has those games where he just don't do nothing.
Well, he played defense.
There you go. He becomes an extra tackle.
Yeah.
But that showed that Brock Purdy, I'm not knocking him. Like I said, I think he's still a good quarterback for the system, but he hasn't showed enough where it'd be like, wow, separate himself. Whereas he's up there in that upper echelon of quarterbacks. Like, well, they can get it done on any team. Those type of quarterbacks where they can get it done on any team, any system. I don't think he can get it done on any team, and it showed. It showed that they struggled. And hats off to Cleveland. Cleveland played an impressive game.
Defensively,
yes.
Not offensively.
But true. No, you're right. But Deshaun, I hope you get better because they need you. And I think when you come back, if you play back, get into your form, y'all have a good team up there. Y'all do have a good team. They can have a good team.
I don't know if Deshaun Deshaun Watson
is the answer.
I don't know. I'm starting to think that it's over for him. Like I don't know.
His name is not.
He used to play lights out in Houston, and now it's like what? Let me say what I was gonna say.
Go ahead, baby.
First of all, 49ers disappointed in the last drive. Why in the world would y'all settle for a field goal with a rookie kicker without getting him closer? As a rookie kicker,
that is true.
It's like
y'all had it in the bag.
I don't care if he made other kicks before, he's still a rookie. You need to get as close as you can for him to secure it. And y'all honestly, put so much faith in that kicker like that.
Yeah. And honestly, that was
I wouldn't give him nothing.
People didn't watch it. I'm sorry to cut you off. That was a 41-yard field
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't give him nothing less than what a field goal would be.
I think it was like 40 seconds, and they had like
they elected
they still
to
had
do
one
for
time
the
out.
kid.
Yeah.
They could have got some more plays off to get this man closer. At the very least, run it a little bit more, like to get some man closer. Yeah. I think they settled for that, and they put so much faith in a kicker that's a rookie. But anyways, with views in this house, as soon as they said, we're gonna kick with the rookie kicker, I said, oh, rookie.
Yeah, she sure did. And
he missed it.
It showed. And like I said, great game. It was, good game, hard fought because you see in the undefeated game. It's a defensive game. That's what it was.
Defenses played. Like
I said, hats off to Cleveland because Cleveland definitely wasn't expected to win with the backup quarterback.
Well,
they came in there, played hard.
And hats off to Cleveland just for knocking off an undefeated team. Like that in itself is a good season right there. Like, being able to defeat the supposedly number one team in the NFL right now. Or arguably the number one team.
Yeah. And I'm gonna add this ad lib in there and this little tidbit. Yeah, everybody who tuned in, it was a little confrontation at the beginning, Debo run out there, picking fights with them, and he was amped up. It was probably a little amped up, but it got a little chippy, and they out there pushing and shoving, and that's what you get. You're doing all that. You got cocky, and you got it bit you in your butt. But shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Cleveland. Good win.
I don't think this is a downfall for the 49ers.
No, y'all definitely still the top team. But
call.
Yep.
So, moving on.
So the next game we have is the Panthers and the Dolphins.
Dolphins did what they needed to do.
It ain't much to say about this game. Dolphins is a very dangerous team. Mm-hmm. They're a very dangerous team, and they don't even have
a better game for the Panthers.
Yeah, he but
217.
But
23 and
they play
38.
against the Dolphins. I'm just gonna call it what it is. I don't think they had enough firepower to even compete.
They didn't. I'm surprised they got 21. So I'm not even. I'm gonna give them their praise. At least y'all did get 21. As a matter of fact, they almost got more than that. So but
than the Broncos.
Yeah.
So you can't be proud, but y'all. I mean, it's the Dolphins, and they only had their top defensive player, if you ask me.
And Tua's still playing good. I will give it to you. Every time I see Tua, it's like, he said it.
I said
Tua,
it, man.
I was so like, Tua what? Tua who? And Tua's doing it.
Because, honestly, be real quick, when Tua was with Alabama, it was the same team. And Tua was on lights out. Mm-hmm. Meaning, like, Tua had weapons. Tua had all these top receivers. They're from Alabama. Like, that's when he had the Waddle. He had the Devontae Smith. Yeah. He had the top running backs, Harris.
So do you think a quarterback is a good quarterback if he needs the top 5 running back wide receivers on his team?
All right. I think they go hand in hand. But football is a team sport. People always rave, quarterback needs a receiver. But just like a receiver needs a top quarterback. It go hand in hand. Quarterback can't throw a ball without a good line. Because how you going to throw the ball so quick? He can't throw the ball if he don't got a good receiver. I just think they kind of work off hand in hand. But I do feel like in order for it to be a top quarterback, these top quarterbacks, they're going to have a weapon to throw it to. Mm-hmm. Hint, look at Mahomes. I still think he's great. He's still the best quarterback. But look at him now. He's struggling with who he's throwing it to. He got Kelsey, we know that. But if you don't have Kelsey, then you know what I'm saying.
I feel like he's never really had top receivers other than Kelsey.
Well, he had Tyreek, and then look at his numbers when he had Tyreek.
Okay, yeah, true,
when he had Tyreek was going off.
I forgot about him.
Yeah. And it's just like I think with a quarterback you do need somebody you got to throw it to.
It's a full team.
It's a full team
but I do feel like a good quarterback can still get a win out, even if they don't have.
Now that's true, and that's why I still think Mahomes is a top quarterback. You know, quarterbacks like that, I would even say Josh Allen, because what he's playing with up there, that's another conversation for another time. But y'all understand what I'm saying. I just feel like, yeah,
and
you do need help.
Last but not least, there was 2 Alabama quarterbacks playing against each other. I think Tua gave Young some words of wisdom and said, bro, when I came in the league, people talked to me like I was trash because I played bad too. So just don't hang your head. Just keep going. You gon' get it. And maybe he will.
He will.
And I think maybe he will. And that's what I said at the beginning. Yeah. I don't think this is his year, but I think keep playing, Bryce. You'll be all right.
I think Bryce will be. I think he will be. He will play a long time, and he will be a quarterback, a good quarterback,
just like Tua.
Yeah. And just give him time. They also got to get a team around him. Like, I don't think he has the best team around him either.
Yeah, he don't have best team around him. But he also don't.
Yeah, he don't help the situation, but he also doesn't. He's not the product of a good team around him. He's just not that good, you know.
Yeah.
But all right, moving on to the next game, we have Colts and Jaguars. Yo, of all the teams, I'm gonna be honest with you, Colts is the most surprising team to me.
Really?
I will say that just because. We thought, I'll say me, they was going to come in there be mediocre, more below par, even with Richardson. But this team showed that they have a good defense. Yes, they lose games, but they lost this game because they didn't have Richardson, I believe. If Richardson was playing, I think it'd be a different game. Jaguars are on their streak now. They've been winning. They found who they are.
But 3-3, so it's not horrible.
But yeah, but towards the end of the game, they're coming back, and they had Gardner Minshew, who threw picks like left and right. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you can't. It's no NFL game. You're going to be throwing this many picks and think you're going to be a factor in the game.
That was a theme this week.
You're right.
Interceptions.
But they played good. Even though they lost,
he was throwing all over the field. Boy,
he threw the ball 55 times.
Throwing to his players, throwing to their players.
That's disrespectful. If bad coaching. I'm looking at the stats here. That's bad coaching, if you ask me. Why you have the man throwing 55 times and you have a running back, Zach Moss, who did really good last week, and you got Jonathan Taylor, who you just paid. Zach Moss got 7 carries. Jonathan Taylor got 8 carries. You threw the ball with Gardner Minshew 55 times. 55 times. Their quarterbacks are not doing that. I don't know why what they felt that he going to just throw the ball. But anyway, probably because they were playing from behind, but I don't know. I still think that's a bad excuse. But good win, Jacksonville. Good win.
Yeah, but Jacksonville needs to slow down because they in a division with Houston, so. Lose, Jacksonville, lose.
Look at her.
All right,
that's a good segue into the next game.
Them Houston Texans, baby.
You know, she started out with a little shaky. I don't call you out. You were shaky with your Texans, but they're doing good.
You don't have to call me out. I called myself out. We were on a break. We thought we were gonna break up. Yeah. I told everybody I was done with them. Just like you guys, just like you women and men. Y'all say y'all done with that partner, but y'all go back, right? So don't get on me that I'm going back.
She valid.
Just
she
like
valid.
a real
That's a
relationship. How many times you said you was done with that joker and you went back?
Woo-wee.
No, yeah.
All right. Don't get people on the hot seat right now. Let's
So yeah.
But good win. You know, one thing about the Texans, I will always say they got a good defense. The defense is showing that they keep him in the game, and they got a quarterback that gets it done. And for him to be a rookie, the ceiling, his ceiling is high.
High hopes for you, young man. High hopes, and we don't even have to get it done this season. I just like what I see in development. I just like what I see in development. I have high hopes for maybe in the next 2 years, Super Bowl team.
I see it. I see you a good playoff team, and yes, you're contending for a Super Bowl. Yeah. I honestly see it. You know, y'all. Yep. Y'all are young. They have a young team. Not just CJ Stroud. The whole team is very young. So
and the coach too.
And the coach is even young.
The coach.
Good. I love it because you watch the post game when he do his speeches and stuff. He it's like he want to get out there on the field and get back out there.
We got something over there.
Saints. Derek
Carr didn't play too bad.
He didn't play bad, but I think they got a good team.
Yeah, another one who's throwing the ball 50 times, and you got Alvin Kamara.
Like, what are y'all doing?
Which is probably why he was looking crazy on the sideline.
Yeah, right. Well, you're right. Saints still Saints. I wouldn't sleep on them just because of the division they're in. So right now it's a tight division. Yeah, that's tight race in that division. Like they all kind of got the same records. You know, I think they both one game behind Tampa Bay, who just lost, but they haven't played each other yet. So that's something to watch, you guys. Yeah. That's something to watch. Houston with the win, good home win. So next game we have
Patriots and the Raiders.
Lord have mercy. God, dog. If I'm a fan, I'll ask for my money back.
So I was making a joke while we was watching this game. I was making a joke and I said, "Boy, Bill Belichick said y'all on your own. Yeah, y'all on your own. I'm done."
I don't know what that is, man. First of all, what are y'all doing? What? This ain't. I'm not even a Patriots fan, but this is not the Patriots way. It looks bad out there.
It does.
It looks bad.
And the reason why it seemed like it didn't look too bad this game because the Raiders look bad too.
They look bad too.
Don't know what. And Jimmy G get hurt every single game. What in the world?
All I'm gonna say, and I don't know if you want to leave it at this. All I'm gonna say is both these teams
pads on out there
is in the same category, and let's just say it's gonna be a lot of shaking up going into next season. I think they need to go ahead and wash this season because they both not playing at a top caliber, you know, to even compete with anybody, you know.
And they try to say Mac Jones is so hard on himself. Not enough.
Not enough, man. You almost lost your spot, and you might have lost your spot this game. I don't know why they're so faithful to you right now. I think you just need to sit down and kind of and take a back seat just to get yourself back together, man. Because you look horrible.
Which is crazy because I don't really feel like he played that bad last season, so I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
So I don't know what's going on over there.
I don't know. But I will say I think it's gonna be some shaking up with them both.
With Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll say his games, his seasons. I don't know. He may go from a starter to a backup. I think he's out.
But it's funny because it's like he get hurt, but then he come back because it's like, are you really hurt? But a back, who knows? Maybe so. Maybe I don't know. He playing without pads on. I don't know.
Well, I don't really too much care for the Raiders. You know why? Broncos stand up. I know we sorry too. But anyway, next game. Cardinals and the Rams.
Cardinals
division
and the
game.
Rams. Cardinals and the Rams.
Division game. Rams showed up, did what they supposed to do. They won the game, and they won in true Ram fashion. They spread the ball around. They found them receivers. The running back is running.
Yeah. And I think this is the first game I think the Cardinals actually lost.
Yeah.
You know,
they was like dominated.
Yeah, they were dominated. So,
but Cardinals. I don't know what y'all say. I mean, y'all still. You're not a bad team, but I think y'all.
You're also another team that it's over for you, bro.
Yeah. I will say
just start playing some other people and what you got.
See what you got.
Because it's over.
See what you got.
Sit this season out.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Rams won that. We both picked the Rams, so it wasn't even though.
Okay.
The next
one.
game we have
Eagles and the Jets.
Oof, I know everybody was on the edge of their seat for this game here. I even think Aaron Rodgers re-injured his foot. They say he was walking.
You know, the Jets are like a Cinderella story at this point. It's like a Cinderella story over there.
It is. It's almost
the
like
ugly chick who got the man and turned into this beautiful woman who gets the man and find the slipper and all that. Because it's like, it was ugly at the beginning. It was ugly. When Aaron Rodgers went down, it was ugly.
I think it shocked the world. Not just USA. It shocked the world in 4 plays that he went down. I think everybody had the same mindset. It's over with.
Yeah, it was ugly.
Very.
And all of a sudden, they just like blooming and blossoming honestly, all over us.
They becoming, again, if they wasn't the most interesting team coming into the season, they're coming back to be the most interesting team coming into now because they're winning games. You be like, oh my God, the Jets are in there. The Jets can win. Look, they got Zach Wilson. They hype this man when he playing.
But then also,
go ahead and lay it on them. Lay it on them strong because
another highly paid quarterback.
I'm very disappointed.
Who played?
I'm very disappointed.
Horribly. 3 interceptions hurts. That's not what we do.
Yeah.
That's not how we do things.
That's not it.
I'm a fan, Hurts, but that performance.
That's not.
That was a tough loss. We all make mistakes. We all slip up, but you can't play like that and win.
Yep. And I'll be the first. If I'm gonna break them down, we break both undefeated teams because they supposedly have been two of the best teams.
Another undefeated team they got.
Philly couldn't run the ball. Jets defense literally controlled them from running the ball.
Jets defense did their thing.
Like I'm looking here, 10 carries for 18 yards. That's what DeAndre Swift had. 10 carries for 18 yards. He can't run the ball. So Jalen Hurts had a lot. He had to do a lot. AJ Brown shows out all the time, but did he really do good? Because Jets didn't have Sauce Gardner. You know what? That's a big key.
That is a big key.
And
they still lost.
So, and I know Eagles fan, y'all didn't have Darius Slay, but should have been close. No, I think y'all supposed to beat the Jets out the water. If y'all played again, I think you would, but that looks bad.
What worries me is that the Eagles have a very tough schedule coming up.
They do.
It does not get any easier than what it has already had.
It don't.
So this loss is not it's not like, okay, now you're just like out of it, but it's like this is a win you kind of needed in your belt. The next game, this is going to be some competition. Because the next game,
we'll put it out there, man. Y'all got the Dolphins.
They got the Dolphins, and the Commanders, and the Cowboys, and the Chiefs, and the Bills, and the 49ers, and the Cowboys again, Seattle. They'll get that Giants win and Cardinals, but it's like, wow.
Yeah, I got a tough one. This is going to be do or die for you guys.
But you know what? The funny thing is, at the beginning of the season, they've been playing like this. I said that, and everybody and I even said they'll get it together, but they're not really getting it together too fast. They might want to get together faster than this.
They not.
Because it's about to get nasty out there. It's about to get nasty.
Next game,
Lions and the Bucks. Woo-hoo!
Interesting fact to put out there: the Lions is among the top team.
Yep, 5-1.
They 5-1, and they can arguably say they are a top team.
Yep,
because they do play good.
They do.
They play really good. Bucks, they're the Bucks. Bucks, I had high hopes, but y'all, I don't know what. It's like y'all play good, but y'all winning by the grit and like the skin of your teeth too, because your defense.
Yeah,
but you can't have defense when you don't have offense because Lions got good offense.
Yeah.
And good defense. So it's like
Lions did their thing, and
Yep.
golf is going off.
Golf is going off. He's
So,
showing y'all like I'm a first
yeah.
pick. You know.
Good job, golf.
Yeah, I got hopes for Detroit. I like what I'm seeing up there. They it seems like they play a good team football.
Yeah.
But she won that one. Cause
We haven't even said the other ones we won. So.
yeah. But next game.
Last game, Giants and the Bills.
Giants and the Bills.
What is going on with the Bills? This is 2 games in a row that they played like, who is this team? They should have lost that game. And I will go out and say they should have lost that game. There was pass interference on that last drive.
Yeah.
It was a clear pass interference. They should have got the call.
Yeah.
They should have lost that game.
Should have lost that game. Yeah, they look Bills another team. They show you they show you, oh well, this probably the best team in the NFL. Then they come back and play like this. It's like, oh my God, what?
On top of the pass interference, the Giants messed up from passing the ball instead of running the ball. I mean, running the ball instead of passing it.
Yeah.
But you know what?
So the Giants, but we didn't expect the Giants to win. I mean, just be honest.
We
with you.
didn't, but they should have.
They should have.
The way
I
the
was
Bills played,
actually starting to root for them.
And then all
you
the
know?
fighting, it's like, it's not their fault, y'all.
But Bills, y'all need to tighten up. I know y'all got the win, but it ain't looking pretty when y'all start playing against some teams that actually winning, and then they start to mean something because you get close to the playoffs, man. Y'all that seeding, and if y'all even make it, you know, it's like
you played lights off against Miami, one of the arguably one of the best offensive teams here, and now you get to these people and you get to these teams that are not good at all, and you struggle.
Yeah.
I'll give you Jacksonville now because, you know, at the time you should have beat them, but I do give it to you where it's like they do still have like an A1 quarterback back there. The Giants, Tyrod Taylor, I'm not saying Tyrod Taylor's trash, but at the same time,
he's not coming to beat no Bills.
He's a backup quarterback.
Yeah. He's not, he shouldn't have beat. It shouldn't even been close.
But, you know.
But.
All right, guys. Well, that's our recap.
That's our recap.
I will say overall, I don't know what's a top team for me right now.
Yeah. I will say stay tuned. And I think we'll have that for the next video.
Yeah. I think we need to do what we said we were going to do and
have a rankings.
Go over our power rankings and teams. And
it's about that time.
Because it's about the time. And then tell you the teams that's off my radar. We already know the Cardinals off my radar. We already know the Panthers off my radar.
You can go ahead and say the Broncos. You won't hurt my feelings.
The Broncos are off my radar.
But
we didn't talk about that game because it was a Thursday game, but
we don't need to.
I'll spare you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for us, guys.
That's it for us, you know.
Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the video, please. Help us out, you know, so we can get more than a few views. But we do appreciate the ones that are watching
the love and everything you guys are doing.
Keeping up, okay?
Yep.
All right. Until next time. Peace. That one was long. I kept saying,
I know.
And it feel like